As sophisticated consumers of content go online to get more and more of their information, things like these types of shows and other online networks that put out podcasts and video shows, and we kind of transition away from the more traditional way to get our media, though not completely. It becomes kind of a hassle, though, to manage all the different sources of online content, from video shows and reoccurring video series, YouTube videos and RSS feeds and all those kinds of things. Well, wouldn't it be nice if there was one way to pull it all together, sort of like a TiVo or a DVR for all of your online content? When it airs, it goes out and grabs it. Doesn't matter if it's a YouTube video, doesn't matter if it's an RSS feed. Well, there is. There's something called Miro. It used to be called Democracy Player, and over the years they've made lots of changes. They've renamed it to Miro, and they've just released their 2.0 version. And I could sit here and tell you all about it, but why not let them explain it in this episode of An In-Depth Look.
This is Miro. It's a free and open source HD video player. And it's a video podcast player that turns your computer into a TiVo for internet videos. The Miro Guide presents thousands of shows from all over the web. All of them are free. Just pick a show, click Add to subscribe, and it goes to your sidebar. Now you get new episodes delivered to your desktop as soon as they're available. Miro is designed from the bottom up to give you the best HD experience you've ever seen on your computer. We want to show you how good it looks, but you'll have to download Miro for yourself. On Miro, this nature show has 5 times more pixels than you can see in this intro video. It's gorgeous. Miro also lets you search and download videos from some of the biggest video sites, including YouTube. In fact, Miro grabs the HD version of YouTube videos whenever they're available. It's a far better experience than what you'd usually see on the web. Because Miro downloads video, you can take it anywhere, even when you don't have internet access. Another great thing is that Miro also makes it easy to keep track of your favorite streaming shows from sites like Hulu and CBS. Finally, Miro is built by a non-profit organization with a goal to make internet video more decentralized and open. That's why Miro will always be free and open source software. It's the best internet video application available.
As you can see, Miro is a pretty impressive piece of software. I really like the idea that it can go out and read the YouTube feeds and automatically pull in a video and download it for obvious reasons for this show and things like that. Lots of other things that I've found to be pretty interesting on YouTube too that I can also grab. So I really like that ability. It's kind of nice because you can set it up and it'll support direct downloads from an HTTP server, or it'll support BitTorrent back downloads in the background, which is awful nice for people that are a little tight on bandwidth and don't have the ability to serve it to you directly from their web server. So it's nice that it can kind of move around like that depending on what the user needs. On top of all of that, one of the hardest things to do is find all of the great content that's already online. They've taken care of that by integrating a guide system that's a lot like a TV guide on your television, where they have all the different content listed. They have HD specific stuff listed. They have technology, comedy, all that news, all those things. You have the stuff that the mainstream media puts out. You have stuff that the independent people put out. It's all listed there in their guide, so you can load it up on your system and you can go. It's based on the back end on the Firefox Gecko engine. If your system can run Firefox okay, then it probably can run Miro okay. I'd love to hear if you're out there using Miro, and if you have some experiences, good or bad, let me know. Maybe it's not the greatest solution, but so far I've been using it, and I think it's actually pretty slick. It brings all of my stuff together, and I love that. So maybe you haven't had the same experience. I'd love to hear it. Hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/ChrisLAS, or you can email me, chris@jupiterbroadcasting.com. Also, speaking of jupiterbroadcasting.com, you can head over there and you can get all the feeds for these shows. If you want a high-definition MP4 feed, then that's where you would get it. If you want an audio version, that's where you would get it, over at jupiterbroadcasting.com. I'd like to take just a moment and remind everybody that these shows are sponsored by GoDaddy.com. And if you use our checkout codes Linux or Linux20, you can save 10% with the Linux code, and you can save 20% on hosting plans with Linux 20. So you save yourself some money, you help us out with GoDaddy, It's a win-win. All right, so if you haven't yet seen it, we're giving away a Popcorn Hour A100. I love those things. They play everything, and they hook up to your TV over component, HDMI, whatever. If you got a format you can throw it that thing can't play, I'd be surprised. If you haven't yet seen that video, check it out over in the channel at youtube.com/JupiterBroadcasting. We've got all the details for the giveaway there. We're pretty excited. I think we're going to keep the giveaway thing going over time because we get review stuff in, and sometimes the vendor doesn't necessarily want it back. They've shipped out tons to marketing companies, and those marketing companies divvy it out, and they don't necessarily need them back. So I think over time we're going to start giving away more and more stuff. And I'm kind of excited about that because it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, everybody. I hope you check out Miro. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your impressions on it, and keep it geeky.
This episode of An In-Depth Look is sponsored by GoDaddy.com, the world's largest host and domain name registrar. If you're ready to make an impact online, GoDaddy.com has got you covered. Domain names as low as $1.99, plus world-class hosting with unlimited disk space and bandwidth, do-it-yourself website builders, dedicated servers, and SSL certificates, and so much more. Plus, as an in-depth viewer, enter promo code Linux20 at checkout and save an additional 20% off any 1, 2, or even 3 years website hosting plan. Some restrictions apply. See site for details. Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.